I loved catching lizards. Myself and my brother were so naughty. We used to have a little coconut branch from the middle, and we used to make a hoop on the top of it, and we used to catch the lizard, put it around the neck, and pull it and catch it, like you do when you lasso something. Oh, the cats that we had, they were only stray cats. They were anyone's cats, and they never got any food, only scraps. So when we came to England, and we seen that they had kitty cat and Whiskers for pets, or cats, we were so shocked. We've never ever heard of animals having proper food, only like bits of odd meat that was lying about that went off, or fish that went off, or bones, but nothing out of a can ever. Jacko, her monkey. He was my grandmother's. This monkey was very vicious. Yeah, sometimes they brought it in the house. I think it was just on a little chain, and it would come, and my grandmother would take it off its chain, and it would come and sit on her shoulder, and they would bring it inside the house, but they'd never leave it inside the house because, it would just go into everything, and it would ransack the house, all the bags of flour, and yeah, it would just take everything apart. Very mischievous monkey. No, we didn't have any garden. We didn't have any garden when we were little, unfortunately. Well, it was just a new life, wasn't it? It was just leaving the old life behind, and the poor life, and being very poor, and that. Coming to England, we had almost everything. We had a house, and went to school. We had clothes. We had nice clothes to wear, and very nice. Yeah. Oh, they're all excited. They all came to the airport to see us off. Yes, it's one of those things like in Guyana, everyone comes to say goodbye to you if you're going anywhere. The whole town comes out to say bye-bye. I think we're all sad to leave those days behind, but it was really nice. It was an adventure, especially we were younger as well, and I was only 11, so very nice. My dad came to England 4 years before us, and then after we came, after 4 years, to join him. So by that time he'd settled down and he'd got a job, he'd got a place for us to stay, and he just came to England because there were no jobs opportunity in Guyana for him. When he first came to England, he came to find a better life, but he found that there wasn't a lot of choice. He could either be a bus driver, work underground, or he's under buses. But so the best thing was him to join the Air Force. Well, I'm not sure which was the best bits about England when I first came, but I found it really difficult when we came. It probably wasn't what I expected because it was so cold, and we had to go to school differently, and we had to get buses, whereas in the foreign countries we always walked, and we always walked with our friends, but we didn't have any friends. But yes, it was okay. It was okay. It was hard to settle down to a new place, but we did settle down eventually. Yeah. I missed my friends and I missed all the family. But yeah, it was exciting. When I first came to England, I couldn't tell the English people apart, and my dad said to me that Shirley, you have to look at the colour of their hair, the colour of their eyes, and then you'll be able to tell them apart, because I couldn't tell them apart. Oh, these dolls I've had since I was a little girl. I used to make clothes for them because I liked sewing, and I've kept them all these years. And that's amazing, isn't it? They're lovely, lovely. I love them. They haven't got any clothes on at the moment. I don't know where their clothes has disappeared to. I think as I got a bit older, I couldn't see to sew something so small. But I've still got them, so perhaps I will make some clothes for them. I love them. I think they just remind me of my childhood, and when we were poor and we didn't have anything else to play with, or we couldn't afford anything else. Yes, that's why I've kept them all these years. A reminder of how far we've come in life. Liked school. School was nice, different. Found it it was different, but I found it easy. Found the basic English and maths and intelligence quite easy, but some of the other subjects like music found it quite difficult because we hadn't done anything like that. We don't do anything like that in the foreign countries. We don't have those things, music lessons and religious instructions, but we actually knew about religious instructions, religion from our parents. Roly-poly, had roly-poly and apple pie, blancmange. Yuck. There was only 3 of us. There was myself from the West Indies. There was a black boy from the West Indies, and then there was a little Pakistani boy. And poor thing, they got picked on. I did, but I stood up for myself. But the boys were a bit softy, so I used to have to fight their battles for them. But at that time we could fight anyway. It was easy to fight. It was easy to hit someone. You can't really hit someone now, can you? Well, you can beat the hell out of someone then, but you can't now, can you? You have to talk about everything, don't you? But when we were younger, we didn't have to talk about anything. I just really got annoyed with everyone because for the black boy, he was a nice little softy boy, and they all kept touching his hair, saying, "Is that Brillo pad your hair? It's like Brillo pad," and it was wire wool. I didn't like it. I wasn't very happy with that, so I beat them up. Well, I always wanted to be a hairdresser, and when we were in Singapore, I had the chance because the hairdressing course was only about a month from start to finish. But I couldn't go there because I had to look after my family, my brothers and sisters, and my mum. So I couldn't go, unfortunately. Well, I went to Axscrutum and I went for this interview, and this bloke showed me around, and I said to him, "Oh, have I got the job?" So he says, "Yeah, you've passed. That's why I've showed you around." And they had a lovely creche there. They had a coach picked us up, took us to work, and then I joined the kids at lunchtime. We had lunch, and then we came home, and it was lovely. I worked there for quite a few years, and I worked in a nice place. I was in the cutting room. There was 33 men and just myself as a woman, and sometimes there was 2 other women there. So it was really nice. And upstairs was the sewing room where the girls were doing their sewing, and we'd go up there and start gossiping. A very nice job that was. Really nice, but I had to leave there. We used to go to the pub on Fridays at lunchtime. None of us had to drive, but at that time I didn't drink anyway, because where I worked in the cutting room, there was an electric bandsaw which was very dangerous, and we had really big scissored shears, so I couldn't drink. But I didn't. We all went around for a laugh. It was nice. I think it was one of those things like a long time ago that everyone went to the pub at their lunchtime on a Friday because the factories closed early. A very prestigious place to work for. Lovely. I really enjoyed my time there. Yes, that was my favourite job. So I don't think there's anything now that I really feel that I want to achieve, because I think honestly, quite truthfully, I think I've achieved most of it now. I feel really contented for my past life and where I've come from and where I've got to now. I feel really contented that I've got everything. So, and I'm happy. I'm just quite happy to do what I'm doing now every day for the rest of my life.